Jennifer. I'm Sophia Soto with the Nerds of Color. I just want to say what a huge honor it is to speak with you. You are an absolute legend. I am such a fan of your work, and thank you really for taking the time.
Thank you, Sophia. That's so sweet.
Huge congrats on the show. I got to binge it. I loved it. And I want to ask you first off how you felt returning for the second season and what you were most excited for.
Um, I was excited to get back to work after being in the pandemic, locked down for so long. There was also a lot of anxiousness about going back to work. The main concern for us as producers was the safety of the cast and the crew. And what does this look like? How do we do this? And we had an extraordinary epidemiology team that guided us, and endless amounts of Zooms and with each department. And we really had a beautiful protocol in place to ensure everyone's safety. It was very strange to be shooting a TV show during a pandemic. There was a part of you that felt like we shouldn't be doing this, but yet we also knew that we needed to create this show so people had entertainment, because as we found out during lockdown, the that's where it was at. We caught up on everything, basically, even twice sometimes. So it was nervous for some really had a hard time going back, and some were not as it's just different, strokes for different folks. So, and also when you're on set, we couldn't see our crew's faces, and we love our crew so much. Even actors were masked, and that doesn't create, actors are very fluid and tactile, and in in scenes very close to each other. We don't have the luxury of PPE, but during rehearsals we did. And then suddenly, anyway, it was a challenging season, but it was a very fulfilling one by the end of it. Once I came out from under my covers, once we finished, because I crawled to the finish line literally, and just collapsed. So I'm grateful to be on the other end of it.
We're grateful for you because we definitely need some good entertainment, and you are also an executive producer on this show, which I love. I love seeing you take on all these different roles and really being just a powerhouse. And
Thank you.
what is it like for you, and what does it mean to you to work on a show that tackles such serious and important topics that are going to start conversations with the audience?
That's why we're doing it. That's what we love to, and it's a lot of responsibility. One of the things that I most enjoy about the writing on this show is the fearlessness and the bravery of just going into discussions head on, um, and not, and saying what's said behind closed doors, the things that are, oh, don't say that ever, because that's this the real gray area, the not black and white, even with whether it's dealing with sexism, ageism, racism, cancel culture, which was a big one this year. And, because the question was, what happens to Mitch? What happens to those who commit these heinous acts? What do they do? Did they just get erased and that's it? Is there room for redemption? Is there uh, any kind of remorse and enlightenment and growth? Or you're just done? Because it's a very swipe, that's it.
I admired how you handled that storyline and that topic a lot watching it, and
Thank
thank you
you.
again so much. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a great
darling. Thank
day,
you
all
so
right?
much.
Stay safe.